Folks, what's good? This is Big Daddy coming at you. Yes, it is Saturday, July 23rd. Sorry, July 22nd, 2023. I The last time I did a podcast was June 28th, 2023. Okay. I know me and Ark were supposed to put out another podcast, but in our defense, when we went back and listened to, when I went back and edited the sound was horrible. It was skipping. There was huge gaps in the middle. There was, we were talking, and all of a sudden there would be silence, and then it'd be scrambled, and something was wrong with the audio that day. So on my behalf, I apologize. By the time I got through editing that episode, man, it was only down to about 10 minutes. It was that bad. We were talking for almost an hour, but only got maybe 10, 16 minutes of good audio out of that whole session. So I told her, hey, you know what? We'll do it again. We need to get this next one done. Life takes over. She's busy. I'm busy. But in the meantime, I told myself, you know what? Get back on the horse. Start doing your podcast like you used to. And when we start putting out episodes with me and her, then we do it. And, they'll be back soon. But in the meantime, I'm doing these. I've missed y'all. How the fuck are y'all doing? Man, your boys have been going through some shit lately on the personal as well as the cultural level, as on just all over the place. Okay, job wise, life wise, it's been an adventure. Okay, there's been no mistakes, there's been no mishaps, just nothing but lessons. I'm learning to try to balance all this out. I'm learning to speak up and defend myself. Your boy's going through a whole rebuilding process right now, and I couldn't have asked for it at a better time. Everything's changing here in PV and within me, and I'm glad. To me, I see nothing but positive changes. It's like a slave getting their papers way back in the day saying you're free. I'm just feeling hella good, and I'm trying to do this podcast as kind of not quickly, but I want to get it done and over with, because there's a bunch of little ass rats around here barking that my landlord's not making sure that their little punk asses are inside and everything. There's a lot of shit going on, living situation, all kinds of stuff. But other than that, I hope y'all are doing well. I've missed talking to y'all, man. I really have. I keep telling myself the last couple of days, just jump on, start talking, let folks know what's going on, say hi, talk about a few things, talk about what stuff is going on in life, and social media. I really haven't gotten to social media like I usually do. I do my inspirational quotes that I put on there. I put those on. A lot of folks like them, some love them, some find inspiration in them, but mostly all those quotes, they're for me. I have to tell myself stuff like that all the damn time, especially my one little section I have, things I'm learning on my spiritual journey. And those really are, I don't make those up, folks. I really am learning a lot of this stuff on my spiritual journey. Like, for instance, peanut butter and jelly ain't as spiritual as you think. It's a temporary fix to feel good. It's a goddamn placebo. I'm not gonna lie, man. Because there's times, I kind of went back to eating my emotions again, and my waistline shows it. But for the most part, peanut butter and jelly, it's not a cure all. It really isn't. Coffee is. Coffee's a love potion. I started drinking my coffee black again, no cream, no sugar. And if I do get, something fancy like that, like a latte or something, I really rarely finish it, because it's just so damn sweet nowadays. Depends on where I get it from. There's a local shop here called Yellow Leaf. Man, them girls know how to make some damn coffee. They know what the fuck they're doing. Okay, I go and I'm like, man, look, I need some energy. Give me something. Make something up. As long as it has almond milk, because I can lactose intolerant a little bit. They come back with some shit. They go, yeah, taste this. Tell me what you think. All right. This sucker got a kick. You could have cut down on the sugar. Old man here. Fucking arteries and veins, hard enough from all this shit. But hey, this is good. Thank you. Of course, no, they always know they're gonna get a fatty tip from me. Of course, my girls over there at Starbucks and Safeway, behind Larson's, yeah, them my girls too. They hook it up too. I always tell them, hey, I'm dragging. What can you make for me? And then they come back with some good old shit. I'm like, yeah, there you go. Especially when they use the blonde roast for shots. Man. I go back on massaging on folks, and then next thing I know, I'm using a little more added pressure. I'm going a little faster. They have to tell me, ooh, can you slow down a little bit? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, put a little more lotion on. Oh, yeah, my bad. Okay. And I look in the little mirror. My eyes are all bugged out. And I'm like, ooh, boy, breathe. Slow down. Damn, slow down. You have to catch these folks on fire here in a bit. And I take a couple of deep breaths and start backing on. They go, oh, did you have some coffee again? I'm like, no. And they start chuckling. I'm like, okay, maybe a little bit. Had a little bit of coffee, all right? And you gonna lie. So other than that, folks, it's been good. It really has been. I can't. Yeah, I can complain, but who gives a fuck? We all got problems. We all got our shit going on. We all got our mishaps and everything that goes on in life. But no, I really ain't got nothing to complain about, and I don't want to complain. I've learned that everything is a lesson, and if it's not a lesson, it's an omen, because things happen whether you want them to or not. Then it becomes a matter how you choose to go from there. Things are going on in my life, especially with work, with massage. Your boy is licensed. I still don't have my license. I'm still working massage under my chiropractic license, which I didn't know legally I can do that. But I don't like doing that because you never know, some joker out there is going to be like, okay, he doesn't have his license. He's just doing he's his chiropractor's license. And I don't trust certain people enough to have my damn back. And, if something does go down, I ain't gonna lie, I don't trust their asses. I've already seen enough bus throwing that your boy got to get out of there. It's time. It's past time for me to go solo, and that's the process I'm doing right now. I know I'm gonna get my license back. I just had to take care of some shit. So if you're massage therapist, if you're a massage therapist, and if you listen to this, here especially in Arizona, I hope you didn't have a whole bunch of scarlet letter shit that popped up in your background check. Because yes, we have to have like thorough background checks now, and this is due to a lot of the nasty motherfuckers out there messing up the massage biz the way they were doing here in Arizona. So now we all have to pay for it. Now we all got to suffer. But this new lady who's I guess she's the attorney general. She used to be a former massage therapist, and she's always saying, well, we have to do this to protect the citizens of Arizona. And when I talked to her on it was like a little forum roundtable thing that was on oh my God, I want to say Zoom. It was like Zoom, but it wasn't Zoom. All I know is I got the email that said you can join in on the online town hall, check in, vibe in, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I did. When she said that, I said, okay, that's all fine and dandy. But remember, I'm a goddamn citizen of Arizona too. Who in the fuck is protecting us? And I started some shit. Your boy started some shit. All of a sudden, I start seeing these facts. 100%. Yeah, cheer, See, who the fuck's protecting us? Needless to say, I didn't get kicked out, but I had my comments moderated after that, and I let people know that. So yeah, they're moderating my comments now because they said I'm being disruptive. If being disruptive is asking a simple question, who in the fuck is protecting us, the massage therapists, from said rules, and if I can't get a clear answer, it kind of tells me right there what kind of protection that we're getting. See, I'm not the only one who's going through this. There's over 2,000 of us right now going through this scarlet letter bullshit background check stuff that's going on with our massage licenses right now. And it's not fair. To me, it's not fair at all. I paid the price. I paid my fines. I went through the probation with all this bullshit only for this shit to pop up. And what happened is that no disposition was ever announced. Okay, thank you, Flagstaff City Hall government fuck ups. Yeah, it's their damn fault. They fucked up. The judges never put a final disposition, and it's been sitting in limbo all these years. And something told me this year when I was when I was applying for my my license and everything, and and I was trying to get my license renewal back in January. They said, "Well, go ahead and just wait a couple months out." What they were really doing is that they were waiting for this law to kick in, so that way, so not too many people would fly underneath the radar. And I wasn't trying to fly underneath the radar. I just wanted to get my shit in so I can get it done and over with. Okay, I will admit I was trying to get out of that shit too, because something just told me something gonna pop up. Something just fucking told me something's gonna pop up. It's always my kind of damn badass luck, and two things did pop up. So they called me. We've been going back and forth on the phone for a little bit, and of course they always say the same thing. Hey, Mr. Magani, I completely understand. Do you? Do you? Have you ever had your life pulled out from underneath you just like this? And I throw the guilt trip on that. I said, you know what? I'm not even working right now. Okay, even though I am. I told him I'm not even working right now. I said, you guys made sure that I can't do my damn job. I had to, I can't even go get another job right now because I'm afraid that something's gonna fucking happen. They go, well, how are you paying bills? That's not your damn business. It's not illegal if that's what you're going to ask me. I'm not selling drugs and shit like that. I wasn't going to assume that's all bullshit. So I made them feel like shit. They're trying to help me more. And that's all it took, just was for me to make them feel like shit in order for me to help them more. Of course, I start talking to other massage therapists who are going through the same thing. Hey, yeah, put the damn guilt trip on their punk asses, and they will help you. And sure enough, they're starting to get the help now. There's other help resources that they're supposed to try to help us with, but city government is fucked up. Well, state government's fucked up, period, too. They're under a strict don't ask, don't tell. So if you don't ask them if there's alternatives, they won't tell you. If you don't even bring it up, they won't tell you. They're like, oh, yeah, there's this alternative. I'm like, so why didn't you tell me this 3 fucking letters ago? Well, unfortunately, sir, you didn't ask. I said, I didn't even know this shit was available. And I even asked you guys 2 letters ago, is there some other means I can go about that help speed up the process? You said no. Now you're saying that because you're offering now to volunteer this, just because your boss is listening on the line, your bitch ass now is telling me I can go through this way, this route, this means. Well, yes, sir. Slam dance against the damn wall for me. Shit. I can't do it for you. I'm not there. So I know what you're probably thinking. If you're going through all this process, Phil, then why are you bitching about it? Because I fucking can. Because I'm not holding my damn tongue no more for nobody. Growing up in a Mexican household, if you spoke out, then you got slapped. They didn't want to hear what you had to say. But now, shit, I'm speaking up. I'm 51 years old. I am speaking my damn truth from now on. I don't give a fuck who don't like it. Man, when you've been silent for that damn long, and it's funny because one of my roommates here, I call her my roommate. One of my roommates here, I told her it's funny how whenever people ask me a question, it feels like all of a sudden that they have to jump to somebody's defense. Me and her were talking the other day, and she kept doing that. She kept jumping to everyone's defense, and she'd ask me a question. I was being honest about it. Well, Philip, if you just go, I said, why are you doing that? She goes, doing what? I'm like, why are you you ask me a question and then you're jumping to their defense. She goes, no, I'm just, when you get older, you just kind of see things from a different perspective. No, you're just trying to get me to shut up. I said, don't do that, because I'm not going to shut up. I'm going to speak my mind, whether you like it or not. And I kept on going. I kept talking. She asked me a question. I said, do you want to hear it, or are you going to keep defending people? And she kind of chuckled. I'm like, no, I'm serious. I don't got no tolerance for no bullshit no more. I said, you're going to keep defending people. You asked me something. Well, I might. I said, but no, fuck it. I'm not even going to answer, because I'm not going to waste my damn time or energy if you're going to be doing that bullshit. So that was a long, quiet ride home yesterday, and I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I'm serious. You boys are sick of the bullshit. You know what else I'm sick of? Cold coffee. God damn it. I have this thing about lately drinking cold ass coffee. I know some of y'all gonna say, well, Phil, they have cold coffee. Shut up. I'm tired of drinking cold coffee. I'll buy one. It'll just sit there. And then when I try to drink it or heat it up, there's already like almond or coconut milk in there. And that shit don't taste good heated up. It really doesn't. It actually makes it bubble. Yeah. You microwave almond milk or coconut milk, it's not like regular milk where, it has it'll keep its consistency still and it'll just heat up normally. Almond and coconut milk it bubbles up and it tastes nasty. It tastes like spoiled ass milk. Ooh. And then I have to go get a new one. And by that time it's like 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening. And guess what? I can't go to sleep because my ass is sitting there wide awake, trying to text people, trying to write stories and everything else. I'm just like, God damn it, boy, you are going to learn. But I guess sometimes learning the hard way is how we learn. It's not the best way to learn, but you do learn. You eventually learn the fucking lesson, and sometimes it's a painful one. You sit back and you're just like, oh my God, please help me. Well, if you believe in God, it's just old habit for me to say that now. Oh my God. Speaking of which, do you know when people ask you, do you believe in God? Do you believe in this? Do you believe in certain things? And you tell them no, there's just certain things I don't believe in anymore. They still have to throw in that little, well, Jesus still believes in you. God still believes in you. This, and that. I don't know if I want to tell them eat a dick or shut up or just thank you. But that's one thing I just kind of whatever. You're just being disrespectful now. I hear that a lot around this place, especially at work. When my clients get to talking, I got some talkers on my table, and they'll talk the entire way through, and then I tell them, hey, just don't talk about politics because you will get riled up, and then I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to keep working on you. Because if you make me answer, this is going to be the last time you're on my table. I'm not even joking. I don't play that shit. No. But when they so some of them, they'll get to talk about religion. And they'll say, well, Phil, what did you grow up as? I'm a former Catholic. I don't believe anymore any of that. So please don't bring it up because and I tell them that's a touchy subject for me, and you're on my table. You're going to get riled up, and then everything I've just done on you, guess what? It's going to become undone. Do they listen? Nope. They have to, well, can I ask you a question? You can ask. I don't have to answer, though. Well, I would appreciate the answer. Well, I'm sure you would appreciate a lot of things. I'd appreciate you not asking me no shit. And I'm serious. And they'll be quiet for a little bit. But some of them, I can count down 10, 9, 8. When I see them, well, it depends if they're laying face up or face down. I'll look at, if they're laying face up, I can start seeing their toes wiggle. And that means they're itching. They're just like, oh, I got to ask them. I got to ask them. And I start seeing their toes wiggle just a little bit faster and shit like that. Like they're doing like toe sign language to each other, like communicating back and forth to each other. This motherfucker, right? We got to ask them. You got to ask them. Or if they're laying face down in the prone position, I see their ass cheeks start clenching up. And I'm just like, yep, this motherfucker going to ask me. And I can just see their cheeks just getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And I see it release. And then they ask, I'm sorry, I just have to ask you this. Okay, but Doc, I already told you, I don't have to answer. You can ask, I don't have to answer. No, just take a deep breath. We got to get through this little small part in your back because you just undid everything I was working on. And then they kind of chuckle. Well, this just means you have to work a little harder next time. Or next time, I cannot have you come into my room if you're going to be disrespectful and you're going to ask me something I told you. Please don't ask me about. I said, I'm not kidding. I said, I'm not Dr. What's his face? I don't play that shit. And they go back to their ass cheeks puckering all over again. I'm like, you motherfuckers. I give up. So I kind of just like look at the clock and I'm like, yeah, it's almost time for them anyway. All right, just work on this. Let's just work on these parts and let's just get them the fuck out because they just ruined everything. How in the hell, folks, are you going to pay that much money for a massage only to act like a jackass and ask dumbass questions, get all in your feelings, and ruin your massage? Fucking people, I swear, it's only in this damn area. In Flagstaff, man, my clients, they're like, ooh, massage, hell, I'm going to shut the fuck up. I had maybe one or two talkers, but that was it. Up here, these motherfuckers just talk and talk and talk and talk and question and this and this and that. My favorite one so far. What does it feel like to being a man of color living in almost predominantly all white area? Well, because you asked me, I would tell you the truth, but I'm giving you a massage right now. I don't want you to get any more stressed out than you already are, because I'm not going to answer that question. I'm not even going to dignify that with any kind of answer. So let's just work on the massage. And then if you want to ask me after we're done, I'd be more than happy to answer you. Well, I'm a big girl or I'm a big boy. I can take it. Well, like I said, I'm not going that route. And if you force me to answer, your massage is done. I'm not even joking. Then they're quiet. And then they tense up because I didn't answer their goddamn question. Oh my God. I can't win for losing. I can't win for fucking losing. That's why I can't wait to go solo. I'm going to be very picky about my goddamn clientele. If anything, I just want to do stretching. Stretching is a hell of a lot more effective than massage. Even though a lot of people say, "Oh, I'd rather get massage. I want to feel the pain of it." Yeah, because you don't feel no pain with stretching. Oh, you can. If you feel pain from someone giving you a faster stretch session, either they're not doing it right, which they're not doing it right, or you're that goddamn tense and you told them, yeah, just go ahead and push this a little bit harder. How about you shut up, motherfucker, and just lay there. Shh. Boy. There's other things in the works too that I'm working on that is kind of steering away from the whole massage stretching thing. I have been writing more, folks. I mean, when I say I've been writing. I've tried to go back and look at old stories I've published before. And here's the thing. If you wait too long to publish something, if you sit on something that should have been released maybe 5 years ago, it doesn't have the same kick. It doesn't have the same feel. Case in point, I was listening to a podcast where a musician was telling the podcaster, hey, I make music all the time. I have stuff going back 10 years and I don't know how I would feel about releasing it now. And the guy told him, well, I wouldn't release it. He said, because it fit during that time the way you were feeling. You waited too long. And sure, he told him, yeah, you can release it as like a classics, but as far as something for the modern times, yeah, you kind of missed that window. Going back and look at some of these stories, I've tried to edit them and I've tried to get a feel for them again. They just have a certain, how can I say? They have a certain vibe in them. So basically, they fit the story and the context of what was going on in the past. Trying to modernize those stories, it's a chore. Damn, it's a chore. It's like basically I should just scrap that story and start all over from scratch because it's going to be hard trying to get that shit up to modern times. Even though there's certain themes that don't ever die off with the times. I just miss those windows of opportunities with those stories. So I've been writing new ones for a new time, and I've been having fun. I've even been doing that talk to text storytelling stuff, and editing with that is pretty interesting. I got to make little sound cues for me, like, oh, how are you doing today? He asked. well, I'm doing this and blah, 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 blah. So when I change the pitch of my voice, if it sounds like a man or a woman, younger woman, or a kid, it's easier for me when I go edit it or when I plug the voice recorder into the computer, via whatever's called USB hub, and then I use the program. Well, there's a program I use that translates the sound, the voice into text, and watching it unfold. It's actually one big long paragraph, but I got it to the point where I programmed it where if it's a voice, it sounds like a woman's voice, it's a certain color. If it sounds like a little kid's voice, it sounds like a certain color. A man's voice, it's a certain color. You get the gist. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty fun. Technology, man. You gotta love it. I'm also using AI to help with some of these stories. Now, I know a lot of folks think that AI is going to cause the end of the world. Blah blah blah. That's you jokers watching too many damn movies. I love going on Facebook sometimes and looking at some of these repeat people who always talk all that shit on there. Well, no one remembers Terminator. We remember Terminator as a movie. I'm sorry, that's a fucking movie. AI is not that damn advanced where it's going to do something like that. There's too many checks and balances in AI right now. One being technology. Technology is not that advanced yet where AI can actually, produce and replicate onto software. So, how can I say this better? Oh, God knows somebody's going to listen to this like, what? So basically, yeah, AI, they're programs, but they also require a lot of power. They do require a lot of power. They have programs where, you can mess around with it for free, but it has to get stored somewhere. It doesn't get stored on your computer. If you do like stories like I do sometimes, like write me a 4-book synopsis on this story featuring this character. Make sure that it's gritty, it's this, it's that. Use background if applicable. Use this, and it'll write me a synopsis for 4 books on a particular story. But it has to be generated from somewhere. But then again, all that information that the AI uses, it scours the web that fast, and it'll write a synopsis for you or anything that you ask it to, based on information that's already out there on the web. It's not fully intelligent yet. Okay, it's not going to do it off the top of its head in a creative manner. It's going to scour. I mean, one plot synopsis it wrote me was based on fucking Lord of the Rings. It was like a modern version of Lord of the Rings. I'm like, I was reading and I was like, wait, what is this? And I kept reading. I'm like, this is Lord of the fucking Rings, just in the cyberpunk version. I was like, no, I can't. I wouldn't even use that. There's no way in hell I'd even use that. We'll fuck around and get in trouble. Even though when you look at certain movies out there, yes, they have a very Hobbit or Lord of the Rings type feel to it. Sorry about that. I hit the switch for some reason. It turned off, and I was like, okay, forgot what I was saying. I was going on the roll too. Shit. Anyway, so that's AI. That's the power of AI, folks. We talked about it in the Ark and Big Daddy podcast, and it's going to take a while for AI to catch up like that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad it's here. Watching all these movies over the years that featured AI and just how smart it was, even having the cool British accents. But British accents normally equate to something evil, and that's the movie trope right there. It's only, if you don't believe me, it's only evident. Look at Star Wars, the Empire, British accents. Okay, British accents made them look evil. And I was like, damn, it's fucked up. They're not all evil. I actually like Tarkin. Tarkin was pretty badass. I liked him. I loved his voice, man. He was pretty cool. Even James Earl Jones, he was trying to do a bit of the early Darth Vader voice as a bit of a British accent. Yeah, sorry, James, brother. You were just too black. We knew your voice. We knew your voice no matter what. Folks, goddamn, I miss talking to y'all, man. I did. I've missed this shit. Hell, it's been a while. It's raining outside right now. It's been almost a month since I talked to y'all. It's just a lot of shit going on. I'm here now, and I'm glad I'm here. Send your boy some love and prayers, man. I got this. No, you got this too. Whatever's going on in your life, keep your head up, take a deep breath, and just move the fuck on. Because sometimes that's all you can do. Sure, we can sit there and wallow in our misery. We can wallow in our shit. A lot of us just don't want to get good with ourselves because they're like, why? What's the point? We're going to end up dying anyway. Don't you want to die knowing that you did something right by and to yourself? Don't give up. Keep your fucking head up and you keep walking forward. Keep moving forward. Keep punching. Keep fighting. Do whatever it takes to make your damn goals, to get to that end game that you always envisioned. Because the only end game that is actually truly out there is death. But do you want to go to your grave with regrets? Do you want to go to your graves thinking, yeah, I just wish I wouldn't have listened to these people. I wish. Well, you know what? When you keep wishing that, you're telling the universe your story. And when you're telling the universe your story in wishes that you wished you could have, would have, should have done this, it's going to be like, okay, so we're just going to keep sending you forward in your shit because this is what you want, but you don't want to do nothing with your life. See, that was me up until a few weeks ago, where I just decided it's time for just an entire big, deep remake. I'm finishing up the last bit of shit that I knew and know that I had to take care of. A lot of emotional shit. But it never stops. But in this case, there's some major stuff I was taking care of. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see who this next version of Philip is. I'm serious, man. I'm in love with this dude. If you'd have told me I'd have been on the podcast, talking with folks, being here right now, not really being an influence, but just trying to show people, hey, you know what? You're worth a damn. Move on with your life. Even though I know my audience is very, very small, I know there's someone out there I do reach. And that makes all this worthwhile. I'm glad I do this. I'm glad that there's people out there who doubt me. I'm glad because when people doubt you, folks, when you prove them wrong, and it's not about even proving them wrong, you prove them wrong by doing right by you. When you find your reference group, I just learned about this today. Your reference group are the group of people that you go to, that you want to be around, that you bounce positive ideas off of. You're there for each other. You're there for each other in a way that's just like your tribe, where it's like, hey, you know what? What do you think about this? What do you think about this? Do you think this will work? Hey, you know what? I think this could. Let's try this out in a different way, though. Okay, try this, and maybe do this. Okay, cool. Thank you. See, your reference group is those people who will really just get knee deep in your ass, more than your tribe, more than your family, because you'll always have those biased people in your life. Excuse me, didn't mean to burp like that. But you know what? Your reference group is those people who will tell you what's up. They want to see you succeed. They want to see the best come out of you. They want to see you. So find your reference group. I'm looking for mine right now. I got a few, and it's a damn good feeling. It really is. It took me getting away from my comfort zone, from what I knew, from what I loved, to coming out here, looking deep in within myself, going through my bullshit and being alone like I've been alone almost all my entire life. And there's nothing wrong with being alone, folks. There's nothing wrong with it at all. This has forced me to look at shit that I needed to look at and deal with, and being by myself has really, really helped. Yeah. Does it get lonely sometimes? It does. Have I tried looking for love? Yeah, I've tried flirting with girls and kind of dropping a little few hints here and there. Hey, I'm interested, blah, blah, blah. But they're not in that same spot. Or they just don't respond. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Cool. Thank you. if they try later on, I'm gonna be like, no. I'll just tell them flat out, no. I'm sorry. Nah. I'm good. I'm good. You didn't want to give me the chance back then. Don't give me a chance now. That's not being vengeful. That's just me just being flat out honest. See, I'll be honest with people nowadays. I told myself I'm gonna people have been asking me a lot of things lately. Well, how do you feel about this? And I tell them, okay, this is how I feel. Well, don't you feel that's a little harsh? No, you feel it's a little harsh. I feel I gave you my best answer. Don't turn around and tell me, well, don't you think? No, I don't think that at all, motherfucking. You asked me what I felt. See, there's that thing again with people doing that shit where it's like, defending. They got to defend right away. And I'm like, damn, calm down. I know you guys are probably thinking, well, why don't you calm down? You getting all in your feelings right away? Because I fucking can. And with that being said, folks, I'm out. This rain is really starting to kick in. This lightning is really starting to kick in. So I don't want to be on this bitch if there's a shock or something, because I've been on the phone before when there's been a lightning blast, and yeah, that shit does not feel good. It zapped my damn ear. I had a headache for a few days. So yeah, I don't want the same effect to happen on the computer. So with that being said, folks, I love you all. Thank you for listening. Thank you for stopping by. And I promise these long breaks will stop. Okay. Because I just can't do it. I can't do it. And I do apologize for the long break. It won't happen again. Cool. Love you all. Mwah. Peace.